Quite an assortment we got here.
Looks like our victim had a busy day.
Yeah, but is any of this stuff gonna get us closer to an ID?
Sorry, just my phone went off as you heard. And I actually thought it said that it was my mom, so. Okay, Comic Digest, personal item, illegal substance, ticket. Anyway, no. It doesn't say Comic Digest. So what the hell? What's in here? What the fuck?
Much handbag.
Stupid
Deborah would kill for one of these. Not that she's ever gonna get one on my salary.
I can't look inside of it? Oh, damn it. Okay, what were they? Comic Digest, personal item, illegal substance, ticket. Oh.
Giles Breton's passion juice. I don't even want to take a whiff of that.
Look at this, look
Frames,
at this.
stop it.
It's gotta be what, 3 grams of crack?
No, I think it's methamphetamine.
Times are changing. Think the kid smoked it?
More likely he was transporting it for somebody.
Okay, well, I found that. Okay, I'll go ahead and circle this.
Check it out. Little Gloomy Comics Digest.
What's the resale value on that, do you think?
Okay. Wait. What did it say? Contains clues to the victim's identity. The victim was transporting illegal substances. Personal item. Ticket. Is that a ticket?
Pastrami on rye.
That's not what I circled.
Recognize the sticker. Those are from that deli on 45th and Broadway.
This is what I circled. Okay, or that could be nothing.
Top of the world ticket. Time stamped 2 o'clock on the 25th.
So his mom took him to the top of the World Trade Center for Christmas?
Or maybe he took himself up, so he could collect his own Christmas presents from all the tourists while they were busy gawking out the window.
You're a cynic, Curtis, but you're probably right.
Alright, and now I need a personal item. Alright, wait. What does it say? Time stamped 2 o'clock Christmas Day. Personal item. This drawing?
What's playing on the Discman? Ricky Martin. That's what comes of living La Vida Loca. You don't notice the sneak thieves.
Wonder Woman, where are you?
If the kid drew that, he's pretty good. A cry for help?
To a superhero? He could at least learn how to spell Wonder Woman.
Alright, boom! Did it all.
Hey, what's that?
Voucher for a free lunch at the 9th Avenue Community Center.
And it's from a child welfare agency. Good Shepherd. Turn it over.
Bingo.
Aaron Bauer.
I only got one bonus. Why are you being dumb, Frames?
Good Shepherd. Name sounds familiar. Catholic agency?
Yeah, I'm calling him right now. This is Detective Ray Curtis of the 27th Precinct. I've got some information about someone, a minor. I believe he may be a client of yours. Name's Aaron Bauer. Yes, I'll hold.
Wait a minute. That's that guy. What's his name? Montrose.
Montrose?
Stephen Montrose. He's the director down there. Wrote that book that made a big splash last spring. The Empty High Chair.
Sure. I've seen him on talk shows. He's always going on about
How the child welfare system breaks up families and needs to be reformed from the top down. His agency's been getting tons of good press.
And we'll need the boy's case file as well. Thanks a lot. Kid lived with his mother. Caseworker said she could arrange a meeting at the agency in 3 hours.
Oh, this ought to be pleasant.
That's Aaron, all right.
You're the caseworker?
From the start.
Who are they?
This is Detective Briscoe and Detective Curtis.
Cops? No, you didn't tell me there was gonna be cops here.
Sit down, Mrs. Bauer.
She looks like she's on everything, not just even one bad kind of drug. She looks like she's on all of them.
Mrs. Bauer, there's no easy way to say this. I'm afraid your son Aaron is dead.
Nah, he's just messing with you. He's playing possum. He always does that. He makes believe.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Bauer. We found his body last night. Severe head trauma. We're afraid that...
Give me a break, okay? Where is he really? You just want to put him back in City Youth Home. That place is a hellhole.
We're trying to figure out who did this to him, and we need you to answer some questions.
Yeah? Shoot.
You look like you're on all of the drugs. Last seen backpack beating, make believe.
Can you tell us when you last saw Aaron?
He was gone when I woke up. Oh, probably off at the arcade. I was sleeping late, so sue me, right? Last night was New Year's Eve.
We know, but when did you see your son?
9 o'clock. That's his bedtime. I tucked him in.
Does this match the evidence? No. Mrs. Bauer said that she went out at 7 o'clock. Time of death is estimated at 8. The beat cop arrested Mrs. Bowers that afternoon. Aaron stole... And I know.
Mrs. Bauer, Aaron was killed at 8.
I told you, that's just pretend.
Yeah, okay then.
We found your son's backpack, and that's what led us to you. Some items in it lead us to suspect that he was involved in criminal activities.
Bullshit! My Aaron's a good boy. He ain't the type to do drugs.
Is something suspicious about Mrs. Bauer's statement? It looks like she's on drugs. Are you kidding me? Curtis didn't mention drugs. Mrs. Tallis testified that the thief was coked to the gills. Aaron had already been arrested once for drug charges. The caseworker admitted that Aaron used drugs.
We didn't say anything about drugs.
Beating.
Was there anyone who wished your son harm, who might have beat him?
Oh, he's gonna get a beating, I tell you what. He knows damn well what comes of pulling stunts like this. Yeah, he's gonna get it good.
Mrs. Bauer, did Aaron have any enemies?
Enemies? No. He's just a kid.
Does Mrs. Bauer's response settle the question? No? Why not? Aaron's backpack contained a threatening letter. Mrs. Tallis said that Aaron spoke of having enemies. All kids have enemies. Her statement implies that she has beaten Aaron in the past.
Wait a minute. You ain't New York City cops at all. No. You're from Russell County.
What do
You bastards! You goddamn kidnappers ain't gonna get away with this! You're not taking him again! I'll kill you!
What's going on here?
He's my baby! He's my baby!
You don't have to
My
stand for this,
baby.
Mrs. Bauer.
No!
Take her home.
What was the other thing I didn't get to ask, damn it? I didn't get to do a question. That kinda angers me.
Stephen Montrose, General Director of Good Shepherd. Would you mind explaining what just happened at my office?
You just interfered with a murder investigation.
Is Jenna Bauer a suspect?
Jenna Bauer is the mother.
Oh, I see. Look, detectives. This agency was set up to serve the needs of at-risk families. Those whom the other agencies have abandoned to poverty and addiction.
We understand, but
Do you? You've just come steamrolling in and hit one of my clients with about the most devastating news you can imagine. But instead of leaving her to her grief, you turn around and give her the 3rd degree, like she was a common criminal. Not in my office, detectives, not here.
I'm sorry you don't approve of our technique, Dr. Montrose, but...
I'm familiar with the boy's case history. I can answer your questions.
But you're not the mother.
What was Mrs. Bauer yelling about when you came in?
Something about us being from Russell County. Come to take her kid.
Can't help you with that.
Oh, look at that!
My knowledge of the Bowers only goes back 2 years. That's when they arrived in New York. Jenna was living on the street when Good Shepherd first intervened, about 6 months later. The legal machine had shunted the boy off to City Youth Home. We successfully fought to get mother and son back together. So you see, Jenna Bauer does have some cause for feeling less than friendly toward the police.
Oh, would you look at that? You don't know everything. Oh my god, I would have never known. Does the story correspond with the evidence? The legal machine had shuttered the boy off to New York City Youth Home. We successfully fought to get the mother and son back together, so you see... Sure. How so? The caseworker said that she had known the Bowers for a year and a half. Meal voucher dates for was issued July 1998. Mrs. Bauer alluded to the fact that Aaron was in the City Youth Home. Van Buren allude to this case when discussing this one. New topics. Illicit activities.
Aaron was involved in some shady business. There were drugs in his backpack.
Crystal meth.
Is there any possibility that he or his mother...
No,
Seems to be a
our
recurring theme,
clients
crystal
don't
meth.
abuse drugs.
Have you seen his mother? Have you? Okay, sure. Yep. Is there a reason to challenge your statement? Yeah. Have you seen the mother? Montrose himself abuses drugs. Van Buren stated that Montrose's clients are a bunch of tweakers. Mrs. Tallis stated that the thief was high on something. Montrose has already stated that many of their clients have been addicts. Have you seen the mother?
None of them? You said yourself these are at-risk people.
Of course. Most have struggled with addictions of one sort or another. But each of our clients has made a commitment to turn his or her life around. We work closely with Mrs. Bauer. We can vouch for her.
Agency history, unfit guardian case file. Let's just keep going in
Give
order.
me some background on Good Shepherd. Did you found this agency?
No, Detective. Good Shepherd has been in existence since 1933. It was founded by the Sisters of Trinity Convent, but their order has been dwindling since Vatican II. It was placed in lay hands in the early 80s, and I was named as director in 95. The church still technically oversees the business, but we're negotiating to purchase it from the Archdiocese.
This is all very interesting, but really, shouldn't we stay focused on Aaron Bauer?
Then why give me that? I'll do what I want. You don't tell me.
On the evidence, I'm not so sure Mrs. Bauer should have had custody.
Do you always blame the parent for their child's death, Detective? Or only when the parent is poor?
Now wait a minute.
No, you wait a minute. People like Jenna Bauer have had it hard enough in New York just getting by. It doesn't help when the city's guardians look at them like they were moral degenerates.
Maybe she shouldn't do drugs and we wouldn't look at her like that. Are there good reasons to question whether gender... Yes, and she was assaulting her kid. She talked about beating Aaron and she seemed to know he was transporting drugs. According to I'm not even looking at the other ones. Normally I would. That time I didn't.
She practically bragged that she beat the kid.
You're mistaken, Detective. All of our clients are given intensive training in positive parenting.
You're a liar. I don't care. Nope.
When's the last time the Bowers caseworker paid a visit? Do you know?
Of course. Miss Schuyler filed a visitation report on Christmas Day.
We'll need to see the case file, of course.
I'm sorry, that's not possible.
It is. You better give
This
me
is
it.
a murder investigation, Dr. Montrose.
The files contain some sensitive material from several years ago, in another state. I assure you nothing remotely relevant to the current tragedy.
Several years ago. You said that they were only in New York 2 years ago. He earlier stated that he knows nothing of the Bowers' life before they came to New York 2 years ago. He assured that the detectives he would be completely forthcoming. He stated that Bowers have never been out of New York. He's already agreed that every detail is relevant. Stop lying to me!
I thought you didn't know anything about the Bowers before they came to New York.
Nothing relevant, I meant. Am I a suspect now, too?
Yes! Just because I don't like where this is going.
How exactly do you train your clients in positive parenting?
Why do you ask? Are you looking to brush up on your skills?
I just want to know how the training process works.
Well, we've got a publication. Children Can't Be Beat. It serves as our course curriculum. New clients meet once a week to work through the lessons and talk about their own experiences as parents.
This is all very fascinating, but shouldn't we be discussing the Bauer case?
Yes, I keep finding red herrings.
Dr. Montrose, I've got to insist that you follow procedure and turn over the Bauer case file.
You should have called ahead, Detective. Procedure dictates that you give us at least 2 hours advanced warning.
You called 3 hours! You said in 3 hours we could see you! Is this a valid objection? You should have called ahead, Detective. Procedure dictates that you give us... No! Because you said in 3 hours! You're bullshitting me! Montrose has admitted he had no knowledge of the procedure. Curtis did request the files in advance when he phoned the agency 3 hours ago! The nature of the case allows Briscoe and Curtis to bypass procedure. Procedure only applies to the caseworkers, not agency directors.
I put in a request when I phoned the caseworker.
Well, I wasn't informed.
Well, that's
Why
too
are
bad.
you putting up roadblocks? Partner with us here.
Sorry, but I know what happens when you partner with the city. They tell you they're only going to see that you follow state guidelines, but it's really a pretext for legal action. They'd love to take Good Shepherd away from me.
Well, I thought Good Shepherd was run by the Archdiocese.
The same goes double for them. I stay away from all bureaucrats, sacred and secular.
You know we can get a court order.
You can, but you won't. I've fought the city many times, Detective. It's a powerful adversary.
Why are you trying to
But
block
it
it?
hates to look bad in public. I know how to make it look bad. That's how I've bought the space to run my agency my way.
Your private kingdom.
Call it what you will.
So tell me, why did Miss Bauer have such a big problem with cops?
You want to hear about Jenna Bauer's problem with cops? Cops killed Aaron's father. Narco squad kicked down their door in the middle of the night. Started tearing the place apart looking for contraband. When Mr. Bauer stepped forward to defend his home, they shot him. Just another casualty of the drug war. So can you blame Mrs. Bauer for thinking maybe the story was repeating itself?
How's about I blame her for being a cracked out junkie? Huh? How's about that one? Alright, I'll be right back.